Toronto police investigate scissor attack on girl's hijab. Or did they? So what I'm going to do, obviously, guys, it has been an update to the story. I didn't cover the original part, so we're going to go through that, explain what the actual story was, and then we're going to give you the update. And trust me, you want to hang around for this part. So, Canadian police are investigating a possible hate crime after a man tried to cut a hijab off a young girl. Quan Norman, might be mispronouncing, 11, was walking to school with her brother in Toronto when they said a man came up behind her with scissors. Miss Norma said that she screamed and the assailant ran away, only to return, pull off her hood and cut her hijab. Police described the attacker as Asian, 20 to 30-year-old, between 5'7" and 5'8", with a thin build. The sibling said he had black hair with straight bangs, don't get that, to the eyebrows, and thin mustache and black prescription glasses. He was described as wearing a black hooded sweater with the hood up, black pants and brown gloves. Kayla sent a message to her attacker during a press conference on Friday at Paul Johnson Jr. Public School. "What you are doing is really wrong," the girl said. "You should not act like this, and especially I'm a kid." Kwan said that she is now actually really scared to walk to school. The incident was inspired at an outpouring of support, including the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He said, "My heart goes out to the young girl who was attacked seemingly for her religion. I can imagine how afraid she must have been. I want her and her family and her friends and the community to know that this is what Canada is." Kwan's mum told the media the attack was just not Canada. Now, guys, obviously, just to give you an idea of what actually happened at the press conference, we do have that video. Goes for about 30 seconds, where we will play that for you now, and then we'll go through and we'll continue on with the update.
Me and my brother were walking together to school, and sadly, someone insulted me by cutting my hijab.
What do you think of this happening?
I feel this is terrible, and I do not like it, and I feel like this should stop. And yeah.
What would you say to that man if he's watching you right now?
I think what you're doing is really wrong. You should not act like this, and especially I'm a kid, and yeah.
Now, guys, obviously with this case, we do have a follow-up, and it's probably what everybody's going to suspect. Attack on child wearing hijab did not actually happen, Canadian police say. Imagine my shock. Toronto Reuters, an alleged attack on 11-year-old wearing her hijab as she walked to school did not happen, Toronto police said on Monday. Police have been investigating the incident as a hate crime after the girl said that a man wielding a pair of scissors cut her hijab as she walked to school with her brother on Friday morning. By Monday, police concluded that no crime had occurred. Well, that's actually interesting, and I want to follow up on that after, but we'll keep going for now. We put together a list of evidence. We considered the evidence that came to the conclusion that this was described did not happen, Toronto police spokesman Mark Bush told Reuters, adding that the investigation is over. I disagree with that, but we'll keep going. The girl's family could not immediately be reached for comment. But they were so willing and able to be accessed on Friday. I wonder what changed from Friday to Monday that all of a sudden made them not willing to comment. Interesting, isn't it? Staff at the girls' school made the call to police on Friday as they would in any other case. Toronto District School Board spokesman Ryan Bird wrote in an email, "We are very thankful that this assault did not happen." Monday's revolution comes amidst heightened pressure on Canadian government to combat anti-Muslim settlement as the first anniversary of the fatal mosque shooting approaches. I'm sorry, but if you have to go through and fake hate crimes to try and make out that there's some sort of anti-Muslim settlement, maybe there's not much of an anti-Muslim settlement in your country. Just saying, if there was, you wouldn't have to fake hate crimes. Researchers have documented an increase in far-right extremist activity in Canada, much of targeting Muslims. We'll get to that also. A survey conducted last year by Ontario's Human Rights Commission found that more people reported harbouring very negative feelings about Muslims than any other group. Maybe it has something to do with all the terrorist attacks. Just saying. All of us are deeply worried about the fallout for all of this. Yeah, me too. Because I don't think this is going to end well. I don't wish it does, but I tell you now, it isn't going to end well. This whole mass migration experiment is going to blow up in people's faces. Some might say it already has. The writer and human rights advocate Amir Eshby said, adding that the girl's false claims could make people less likely to come forward if they target of hate crimes, or less likely to be believed when they do. Yep, you're right. The biggest concern is that this would cause those who already hold hateful views of Muslims to use it as a aha moment, she said. On January 29th last year, 6 people were shot to death at Quebec City Mosque. A French-Canadian university student has been charged with murder in what Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called a terrorist attack. Interesting. Do you call Muslims running people over in cars a terrorist attack? Or are they mentally ill? A National Council of Canadian Muslims have called on the Canadian government to declare the day of the mosque shooting a day of remembrance and action on Islamophobia. I'm sorry, you can't keep using the word and thinking it's actually a real word. Quebec Premier Philippe Collard on Monday said he opposed such a designation. Trudeau has not said whether he would support it. So guys, I'll also quickly talk about this as well, because Rebel Media is actually running a petition at the moment to try and get the mother charged with public mischief. Now, this is what the mother would actually be charged with, for actually lying to the police department. I do support this because at the end of the day, there has been so many fake hoax hates in the past year. We do need to do something about it. So if we start charging people with this, maybe it'll make people think twice about doing it, because at the end of the day, it is just getting insane. So apart from that, what's my view on this? It's by the way, the link to that will be in the description below, so feel free to go and sign up. So what's my view on all this? Well, at the end of the day, to be honest, yeah, I think it's disgusting. I'm sorry, but if you have to lie about hoax to try and beef up the numbers, or to try and make this, hey look, we've got racists living in our country, then obviously that can't be that much of a problem. If you're having to deliberately fabricate fake hate crimes just so that you can go through and get on the news or try and push your agenda about hate crime, then at the end of the day, there really can't be that much. And in fact, the only thing they link to in this story about Muslims being attacked is something that happened almost a year ago. If that's the closest thing that they can bring up for a terrorist attack against Muslims, you're doing pretty good considering the opposite side. Now, at the end of the day, look, the mother, yeah, I fully support charging her. Because at the end of the day, if you don't charge her, people are just going to keep doing this. We're getting more and more fake hate crimes every year. Something needs to be done. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you support the petition to get the mother arrested or charged? Or do you think the mother should be live and let live? Let me know what your thoughts are and why. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. And apart from that guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.